Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I know it's been forever since I last posted. I haven't really given you guys an update on the 335i. The last thing I left you guys off with was me driving it home on a stock tune after I got all the work done to it. So after the last video, I drove it for about 2 weeks just to and from work, giving it that break-in period for the head gasket, for the turbos, everything like that. It drove fine. There was never any issues. I kept it out of boost for the most part. There was a few times where I did get it up to 7-8 pounds and those turbos wanted to eat, but I wasn't pushing them too hard. Granted, 8 pounds is the stock tune. So after about 2 weeks, I started to develop a little oil puddle, like where I would park at work and at my house. Nothing big, probably about the size of a quarter, but it did concern me. So one day I jacked it up and I crawled under there, and sure enough, one of my turbo lines is leaking. And ever since I found that, I've just had it parked. I have not taken the time to drop the turbos down and fix the line, because it's the line behind the turbos that joins into one connector and then into the block. And it's a very slight leak, but it's just a leak that I don't want to be driving around with. So I need to fix that, but I haven't. After all the work that I did to it, doing the turbos again is just not on my top priority list right now. So I've left the car parked. The weather's been getting progressively worse, so I think I'm just done driving the car for the next few months. We dealt with snow yesterday, I think it was. Not much, nothing to stick, but we had snow in October, which like middle of October. So yeah, so the weather's been kind of junk and everything else like that. But I figured I'd give you guys a little update into what else is coming along with the BMW. I didn't really want to make this video until I had it all done, because I really wanted to shock you guys, but I also haven't uploaded in a while, and it's still going to be another couple of months before this actually gets done. But I think you guys are going to like what I'm doing to the car. I actually had a guy near me selling these parts, and he was funding his turbo build because his turbos just went out on his 335i. Now he's got the stock turbos as well. And so this came up for sale on the marketplace actually near me, which for the price that the guy wanted and it only being an hour drive away was just like, it was a sign. Like, I had to have it. I've been wanting to do this to the car since I bought it, but looking at the cost of everything, I was like, there's no way. So I hit the guy up, you know, kind of was able to work out what we could do, being that he needs new turbos and all this and that. He needs a mechanic that knows what they're doing, and well, I just did it. So we worked out a deal, and I was able to pick up some of the parts. I don't have the whole kit yet, but we're going with a Pandem wide body kit, everybody. I am so stoked. I've only got the passenger side front, rear, and bumper panels. I've still got to get the front bumper. I've still got to get the whole driver's side. I've still got to fit everything. I've still got to get the M3 side skirts. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done before I can even get this on the car. Obviously the cutting and the drilling and wheel spacing and everything else like that. But like I said, I got a killer deal on the kit. It was right by me, so I didn't have to deal with shipping and shit like that. So I was like, this has to be a sign. I have to make this happen. So like I said, the guy I'm buying it off of, Wyatt, if you watch this, shout out to you, bro. I cannot thank you enough. You don't understand how excited I am for this kit. But so yeah, we are going to wide body the E92. I'll have a lot more in-depth actual content of doing this, because my hands don't have to be buried in the engine bay or under the car or this or that. So I think I'll have the rest of the kit here in a couple weeks. And then I don't know if I want to start just trying to put the kit on without buying the wrap first, because I want to wrap it. Or if I just wait until I get the wrap and then set, you know, a few weekends aside to get this completely done. I haven't decided. I've got a few months to figure it out. And obviously the wide body isn't the only thing that's coming for the car over this winter, but this is the big part that I'm super stoked for. I haven't decided, or I haven't figured out wheel specs. I've hit up a few people with some Pandem E92s, and they've been helpful enough and gracious enough to give me their wheel spec and everything else like that. And then I'm looking at these wheels because I'm not a wheel guy. Like, yeah, wheels are nice, but I like performance and handling over the look of the wheel. So then they're giving me their offsets and wheel size and everything else like that. So then I start looking at these wheels and holy fuck, this wide body was a bad idea. But I'm going to make it happen nonetheless. I'm obviously going to go with some really nice wheels But for the time being, I'm probably just going to throw some spacers on the ESRs and just make the fitment to where it doesn't look stupid. And then when I get a little bit of funds back, I'll invest into some actual 3-piece wheels and nice offset and everything else like that. But yeah, guys, we're going to go Pandem E92 wide body. I am so stoked. Before I actually throw the kit on, I'm going to climb under the car, take the turbos off, fix the oil line. And that's kind of another thing, is I haven't decided if I'm actually going to buy new oil lines or just try to fix the ones that I have. Because the leak is minor, but I don't know if it's at the crimp or if it's at the O-ring. I don't know. So I'm going to take some time to figure that out, take some time to get the rest of the kit in, mock it up. You know, I mocked it up once, but I didn't record it in the YouTube camera angle, so I'm not going to post that up there. But yeah, guys, the wide body kit, that's coming. We've got some brake upgrades coming. We got some suspension upgrades coming. Headlights, taillights. We're just doing a lot of visual stuff. I'm doing a little bit more performance stuff. Not so much adding horsepower, but just getting the car to be a lot more sound with the horsepower that I'm hopefully going to add to it. So a lot of this winter stuff is going to be a lot of visual appearance, but we're still going to be covering some engine stuff. I think I might have the content I got of me actually doing the tranny flush, so I might throw that in on the end of this video so it doesn't just take up all the time of me talking and telling you guys what I'm going to do, and you guys can actually see me doing something. So without covering too much more, I mean, there's not really much more I want to cover. I don't want to give you guys too much insight as to what color I'm going to wrap the car or this or that. That's going to stay a secret. But I did want to give you guys an update since you guys have blown up the past couple of videos, and I'm sure you guys have been wondering if I've got it tuned, how it's been running, how it's been doing. She drives and runs fine. No check engine lights, no misses, nothing like that. But I got that slight oil leak. So I'm going to take care of that before I even think about tuning the car. And before the tune comes, the wide body will be on. All the other upgrades will be on. So hopefully by the time the tune comes, you know, January, February, March, then the whole car will be ready and I will be pretty satisfied with where it's at. Not saying that it's going to be done because I still have some things that I want to do, but we're getting there. I mean, I've had the car for about a year. By this time next year, everything will be done except for like 3 or 4 things. And then once those are done, it's a garage car. It's going to be a to the show and maybe drive it every once in a while during the summer. But yeah. Like I said, I don't want to sit here and babble on too much about all this shit, but we're going wide body. I'm going to get some content to that, so the next video is going to take a little bit of time to get up, if you guys can be patient with me, but I'm going to have a lot more content of me actually doing the work for the wide body. So thank you all for sticking with the build, staying, you know, new subscribers, new viewers, welcome. You know, shoot me a message if you have any questions on Instagram. I'll throw my Instagram info in the description. But again, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Much love. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will catch you in the next video. Laters.